Conference with George Mason. Our winners today. We have Coach Vanessa Blair Lewis and Tamaya Walhorn. Tamaya, I'm sorry, and Amaya Scott. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach.
Today was a day we talked with our team that there are 3 seasons in every season. You have the non-conference, you have the conference, and then, you know, if you're lucky, you have postseason, and that's what we had. But it's also a time to paint your own canvas because you get a chance to choose in this season. To choose to stay, to choose to go. And tonight our ladies painted our canvas and they chose to stay.
All right, start with questions for the student athletes.
For Tamia, you had an absolutely career night with 24 points. Can you talk a bit about your performance and just a quick turnaround from 1 week ago facing this team and seeing them again tonight?
Well, we knew the first time around we played them, we didn't play our best. We didn't come out the way we wanted to come out, and we knew that when we saw them again, we was going to be different. And tonight we showed that. I feel like we prepared this week to come in here and get a win, and it hasn't been done in a while. And tonight we changed that. And today I was just hitting shots, and I felt confident shooting it, and my teammates felt confident enough to give me the ball. So, I mean, that's just it right there, you know.
Yeah, I believe this is the first Mason tournament win since 2018. I'm not sure the last time, if it's ever happened to 14 seed has won. I'm not sure. But for you, Amaya, the first half kind of went as badly as it could have from a foul perspective for you with the 3 fouls, and yet you as a team still found a way to win. What does that say about this team and the depth of it?
It's endless. I can count on my teammates to be there whenever and for whatever the cause is. They always show up. Sometimes it takes them a while to show up, but at least they're showing up, and we're just taking the right steps in the right direction, and I just need us to keep doing that from now on out.
For either of you, what was said at halftime when you had a pretty good end to the first half, but then you really seemed to find another gear? I think it was an extended 21-6 run that you all went on, where you really blew the game open. What was said at halftime to kind of really kickstart that momentum?
The score, when we went into the locker room, it was 26-26, so in our eyes, it's 0-0. We wanted way more than them. It was payback. We didn't need to lose that last game. We didn't mean to, and this is a game to step up and show it, and we're going to take it all the way.
Daniel, anything else for the players? Okay. Ladies, you're good to go?
Thank
you.
you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Me too.
He's going to get questions for you.
Oh, okay. Bye. Bye, y'all.
See you.
So question from Natalie, who's watching at home. She asked, what does this mean for the program to have the season that you all have had with still coming in 14th place, but getting some really big wins throughout the season with the Florida win and then obviously the 3 conference wins. And then tonight, I mean, I saw that hug win with Amaya coming out of the game. And what does this mean for the program?
Well, it's huge, and that's why our slogan is Believe Big. You know, we knew what we were taking over. You know, we know that the program had struggled in the last few years, and we knew that there were steps that were going to have to be taken. And sometimes you don't take those giant leaps. You got to take baby steps, and always talk about it like farming and harvesting. You know, you have to till the soil, and then you have to plant the seed. And then you have to water it, and then the harvest comes. And you don't skip those steps, you know, if you want a bountiful harvest. And that's what we did this year. We planted seeds, we tilled the soil, you know, and then there's a harvest that came at the end.
How as a coaching staff do you refocus your players? I mean, 1 week ago you scored 36 points against this team. How do you get the buy-in from your group to say, tonight's going to be different than it was just 1 week ago?
Well, I think it was more for them. They knew that wasn't the effort that we needed at home. I mean, we just really were very lackluster in every category. And that wasn't the team that we expected to show up. And sometimes you have those type of games like a test where you just have to throw out the lowest score. And that was that for us. We just moved past it. We got a chance to go up to St. Bonnie's and got a chance to finish the season on a win. And we brought that energy into this game.
Anyone else have anything?
You good?
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
All right. Thanks.
See you tomorrow. All right, everyone. From St. Louis, we have student athletes Julie Martinez, Brooke Flowers, and Kaja Harbison. Head coach Lisa Stone. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Stone.
Well, not the game we wanted. First of all, I credit George Mason. They really shot the ball well today. Lima was a pro today. She really was able to elevate, get some threes off in some tough situations, and then they did a really good job inside on us. We got out-rebounded and certainly didn't shoot the ball very well. But again, a lot of credit goes to George Mason. I'm going to give credit where credit is due. They beat us in every facet of the game, and unfortunately for us, we didn't answer back as we needed to in the second half.
All right, questions for the student athletes?
For the three players, and any of you can take this one, how difficult from a player perspective is it when you have such a quick turnaround, when you beat a team pretty handily a week ago, and then to have to prepare for them again in a whole new setting?
I think, now that it's March, you can't really take anyone easily. So, Coach Stone always says this is like the new season, third season of the year. So even though we beat them by how much the last time we played them during conference, doesn't mean anything, and it showed that it did not mean anything today. But we just needed to come out today super strong, and it's not what we did.
Brooke, for you, you had a tremendous game a week ago at Mason. You were really dominant in, I think, 12 points, 16 rebounds, and 7 blocks. What defensively did Mason throw at you today that kind of was a different story for today?
I think they just made it harder to just kind of take my time on the post, to kind of send in a double team. Tried to go in and get offensive rebounds. I got a couple fouls doing that, so they were boxing out aggressively. They had pretty good defense, but so.
You go, student athletes. All right, ladies, you're good to go. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, questions for Coach Stone?
In the second half, Mason really started to get some offense going. Was that something that, for lack of a better way, surprised you all from what you'd seen from Mason earlier this season, or?
No, I mean, shoot, they beat Florida earlier in the year. I think their record is not indicative of how good they are. They run really good stuff. They've got a new coach, and she's doing a great job. And she brought in a bunch of transfers, and she got them molded at the right time. Last week, the score is probably, you put a question mark by, like, how does that happen? They had open shots, they didn't make them. And I told our team that. We watched film for the last couple of days. They got good looks, they just didn't make them. And this time they made them. And, when things are working for them, they just keep going back to it, which is what you should do. I mean, you have a really good player in Scott that can elevate. She's a forward, but very guard-like, crafty, really good on the glass, really good hands. When she got in some foul trouble, I thought we could, take advantage of that, but others picked up. I think I'm saying her name wrong, Lawhorn, yeah, she had a great game, obviously, and they had a collective effort of some people making big shots. You saw us go zone, you saw us go man, went back and forth, and they found their way to the three-point line and inside. They went right at our post players inside, and it was the right thing to do. But again, I give them credit, they had a great game plan.
Both this season and last season, arguably, you had some of the most difficult off-the-court issues in terms of COVID last season and this season, tremendous amount of injuries. Just reflecting on the last 2 years, how do you evaluate the last 2 years, just given all the adversity you all have had to face?
Yeah, it's been 2 of the hardest years of my 36 years. I mean, I didn't even know how to spell COVID before it came in last year. We had 41 days without a game. This year we had 28, along with 2 ACLs, 2 Achilles. Martinez had a stress fracture for 8 weeks. Kaja was out for 3 games with a concussion. Brooke was out for 3 games with a concussion. Kylie Best was out 2 games with a concussion. So, you look at, and I'm sure there's other little things in there that I missed. Those are just the major ones. But we played 3 games with 6 players and won 2 out of 3. So the resiliency of our team was ever present. And so there's a lot of proud moments within it. But we were faced with all of it. And unfortunately today, it's the A-10 tournament. You're playing in a beautiful venue, and we were flat for whatever reason, and I'll take responsibility, the players take responsibility, all of us. I mean, there was just a lack of energy. The first game was a dynamic first game. Our first half was really, really good. Thought we'd respond and kind of get some flow going. We just couldn't get going. And again, I give a lot of credit to them.
Good. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.